Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we had an amazing first day of voting. That happened yesterday. Yesterday was New Jersey's first day of voting, and voting early in the said early voting. Not so long ago. We have this week, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then there's that fun election. So this is the last full week until we got our general election in New Jersey, and it's looking very good. We got New Jersey New Jersey voting update. Republicans are on track of winning on day one. You're seeing both of these counties matching the presidential turnout. This is obviously very good. This is what we want because we know that this is where Republicans tend to show up to vote most, is the presidential race, because obviously it does make sense, because it's really the mindset of people. It's the race that matters the most to many New Jerseyans. But of course, Jack Ciattarelli has done a very good job making the message out about making this race about affordability and offering clear changes on the table for change, like dramatically lowering the costs of energy and just making New Jersey an economic hub for the Atlantic, and just like Florida. And he's doing very good, and he's getting his voters excited. And we're talking about average everyday New Jerseyans. The average everyday New Jerseyan that is concerned about energy prices and the costs and affordability, they're more likely going to vote for Jack Ciattarelli. And we know those Republican voters who are mostly concerned about that the most, they're turning out at mass. It's looking like the presidential race, because just like the presidential race last year, Americans had something to vote for. They wanted to vote for change. They wanted to get America back on the right track. And now we got New Jersey, although it's going to be a bit of a challenge because New Jersey is a Democratic state. It's deeped in with Democratic roots, but I do believe that we can pull it up an upset. It is definitely 100% possible, and it really does depend on the current trends and if this trends continue. What it's looking like is it will continue. You're seeing Ocean County, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Republican county in the said state of New Jersey. It's looking like the same alignment in said Ocean County, and that is very good. Our goal, we won Ocean County, but I want to believe Ciattarelli carried Ocean County by 67%. That's very good. And Ocean County is a county with close to let's see here. Oh yeah, 637,000 people. So this is the county that represents more of the conservative base of New Jersey. And obviously, if we can get Ocean County trending more to the right, and maybe up to 70%, that's a huge, huge, huge sign that we are going to probably pull this off. Because 500 or 600,000, over 70% of them voting Republican, that is a good sign. You also have the county of Monmouth, which is right up here. It is a county that is, of course, a little bit more lenient in recent years. It has gotten more conservative. It voted for Trump by 2.8. It's not the biggest conservative county, and at some point, it was pretty liberal in the early 2000s, if not voted, although you can't really count the 90s, can't you? But it was liberal in some general elections and state-run elections also. And, I mean, Jack Ciattarelli, he carried the county solidly. Let's see how much he carried Monmouth by. Monmouth, 18.50. Okay, this is just a state-run race. Now, it's true, Jack Ciattarelli, he did better than Trump But if the turnout's even better in Monmouth than it was in 21, then this means he's probably going to expand his margin to probably a 20% lead, which only makes me think and only makes me wonder what Ocean County would be like. Ocean County is probably going to be 70% or 69% for Jack Ciattarelli at least, or 68%. I would expect it for sure to be over 68% if it's matching presidential numbers. But if it's going over 68%, hey, I think we are looking pretty good. So we are doing very good in the coasts of New Jersey. You'll see even in Atlantic County, where Jack Ciattarelli, he carried that county by 55.3%, while Trump only carried it by 3%. You know, that is possible. You know, Ciattarelli performed 10 points better than Trump in this county. And that is mostly because it was a presidential year. But, hey, I'll take it. I do think, and it is also because Ciattarelli comes from Somerset County. Oh, no, where is that county? No, Somerset's right here. What am I talking about? He comes from southern New Jersey. He's either coming from Gloucester or Salem County. He comes from southern New Jersey, and that resonates with the voters there. It's more regionally divided. And combine that with affordability, energy prices, etc. That also it makes a very, very good case here. I want to continue. You have Sussex County, okay? Turnout is close to 90%, close to 90% of 2024 number. That's very, very good. In Sussex County, we can jump into Monmouth first, because I want to talk about Monmouth population. Yeah, it's around the same population as Ocean County, maybe like 30,000 people less, but it has a very close population to Ocean County, and it's a county that you definitely want also to get into like 20% of a margin gap here. But like I was saying, when it comes to Sussex County, this county, of course, was 66.8% Republican. Yeah, it's not as populated as the two others that we were talking about, but it is populated. It has a good population, around 140,000 people. You basically, let's say, get it up to 70%, something like that. If you can get it up to 70%, then I do think that this also would make a huge impact. You know, Trump carried it by 24.9, around the same margin as Jack. This only makes me want to think and wonder, how are we going to perform in the suburban areas, okay? I already have Bergen County, and now Bergen County and Passaic County are the two counties where Trump actually performed better than Ciattarelli. You'll see in Bergen County, Ciattarelli couldn't even win it by, he lost by 5 points. Trump lost Bergen by 3.4. Okay? Will that mean he will lose it this time around? Well, here's the thing. I actually have Bergen County for Ciattarelli. Reason why is I think Ciattarelli's going to win, mostly because, you know, he's having a lot of momentum here. He's supposedly doing very well with the suburbs. If he's doing very well in the suburbs, and we can only tell if how much we're winning in Hudson County, how much we're winning in Essex County, how in areas around those counties, we can tell. And the likelihood is, if we're doing very good in these two, we're probably carrying both Passaic and Bergen counties. We're probably carrying both of these counties. Will it be enough? Well, I don't know. It really does depend on these two counties, and even Union County, how much we're carrying in that county also. Because this is also a suburban county. If we can get this at least for like 56% for Cheryl, then that's a very good sign. And we're probably walking away with Bergen and Passaic counties. So we really want to make sure that's going to happen. But yeah, you'll see the one county that Trump did better than 2 points better than Chitarelli, and I do think it's mostly because Bergen County just shifted to the right from 2021 to 2024 pretty wildly, and I think Chitarelli's going to probably carry it pretty handily. And although you do have the challenge of Hudson County and those precincts over there, but I heard, of course, Hudson County, we've seen in more recent elections, that county has been shifting right. We know that Trump did better in Hudson County than compared to Chitarelli. You'll see Chitarelli, the county went to lost Hudson County by like 70%. Trump lost the county by 60%. This tells me that Hudson County is likely going to shift to like the 60% margin gap. And, well, does that mean the Union would? I would imagine, but it's maybe not going to be much of an aggressive shift as Hudson County would be. Essex County is going to be like 70%. It is the most Democratic county. You would think that they would go more conservative this time because of the sanctuary city status in Newark. You would push for more change. We're going to have to see how that goes. We keep an eye on Essex too, because we don't want Essex to swing the left, right? We want to continue those great numbers. We want to continue to see Essex and Hudson counties shift further to the right. We want to keep these counties red when it comes to shifting, and better yet, keep them dark red, because the darker the county is, the more momentum Republicans have gained in the last 4 years. Now, you'll also see Somerset County, which is lighter, mainly because this is a state-run race. Chitarelli lost this county by a little bit. He did better than in this county compared to Bergen County in 2021. He could win it. However, I'm not going to say he won't. It's making a lot of Democratic shifts lately. It did shift left compared to the other counties, which shifted rightward for Chitarelli in 2021. But that's the challenge is I think it's going to shift back to the right. But is it going to be enough to flip the county? I don't know. Maybe it's, other words, it could shift more left because it's a match more of the presidential race. But let's just say, best case scenario, it shifts right. Odds are we could possibly win this county by a little bit. And we have this county right here. This is Middlesex County, and this is the bridge that connects the metro area of Philadelphia and Trenton to the New York metro. And you just have this county. You would think, really, why is it so blue? Well, it's the thing is, it's not really. I mean, it's very suburban, just like Union County, just like the other counties here. But I think that it does have potential of going red. And you'll see, technically, it's flippable. I mean, Harris only won it by like one single digit. Or say a one-digit number, 8%. That was very good compared to Joe Biden, who he ended up winning this county by 22.1%. So this county is making dramatic shifts to the right. And you could be surprised. I think Chitarelli is probably going to lose it by like 4. But don't be surprised if you see him win the county. I mean, I think would be a lot, and it would be pushing it to tell you that this county's going red in next week. But I mean, it can't. It definitely has potential of going Republican. And I'm just saying, this is going to be best case scenario for Republicans. If you get these counties, win these 2 counties, it's over for Mikey Sherrill. I mean, if not, Jack Ciattarelli wins by 1 point. This is basically the best case scenario. This is like the best case scenario for Jack Ciattarelli. And it starts to look like this. If it starts to look like this map, I would declare Ciattarelli the winner. Even though I hope that I wouldn't be jinxing it, but I strongly do believe if there's no way that Cheryl could get a couple more votes and a couple more precincts in Middlesex County and Somerset County, if she loses those two, it shows that, you know, Ciattarelli's gains, he's making inroads in all these bluer areas in New Jersey, the areas that, you know, Phil Murphy won and carried. And if Phil Murphy can't, if you're losing all the Phil Murphy counties precincts, and Phil Murphy, who lost by like 2-4 points, you can't, there's no way you can pull this off. So Cheryl would lose. But I do hope that we can make inroads. I think we're going to make inroads everywhere. But anyway, what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.